jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Saying that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know. WCS is back in the building. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the extension of the weekend. Hopefully they're ready for this day they call Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. What I want to talk about is a follow-up where I did a live stream and I pretty much made it a point to return back once BM and Arlette talked to these two that was on the show that stood out. And usually in this day and time, when it comes to reality TV, standing out isn't always something positive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to be highlighted and go viral for positive, something that was positive and memorable, you know, but not in this case. This was absolutely a situation where we was able to see once again how an overly dominant alpha female, or whatever she deemed herself to be, was on the dating show for a reason, man. She showed everyone why she was on the show for a reason. So I just want to give you a snapshot. Go back to when I actually did the live, just to this moment right here, and then I'm going to catch you up to the update. All right? I'm going to catch you up to the update. I can guarantee you that.
Teach you my judge.
So, this lady right here, just to give you a summation. In the beginning, when he initially walked out to start his selection process of the women, going through a Q&A and all that, he said one of his deal breakers was a bad wig. And I'm on board with that. It's nothing worse than a bad wig. But she popped her balloon. And you know, the guy in the white pretty much had put it out there that, Danny had put it out there that she probably has a bad wig. Now, yeah, he made a blind comment just based off her being the first one to pop the balloon. But when he finally got there, she told him exactly what was fuming from all the other, 7 women that's up there, her being on the far end. Of course, she wanted to be solo dolo and get the attention. And look, she made the most of it too. She absolutely made the worst of it. The most of it. Real talk. So let me put this up here first. Shout out to Pop the Balloon, BM and Arlette. This is for educational purposes only. Salute to them. Continue to do an outstanding job. Let's get to it.
End up popping your balloon.
I'm gonna be nice about it.
Don't be nice.
This is as nice as it's gonna get. So basically, I don't like someone who's based on like image, like he said the wig thing, but you have on a shirt and tight pants. It's like if you're gonna talk about someone else's image, you should look at your own image.
I looked at my image 10 times in the back, but it's cool though.
Oh, well, to each his own, like I said. But I feel like for you to be so aesthetically focused, you should also be aesthetically pleasing.
I feel you.
That was all.
I ain't gonna tell you.
So you understand why I'm at with it? Like, okay, Chi Chi said he should be aesthetically pleasing. Obviously, right? She doesn't have. This is the third guy who came out, I believe, of episode 33. And she hasn't made it off the block. None of these females have made it off the block yet. The block is where they're standing at right now. For her to say you should be aesthetically pleasing to who? To who? Because
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to catch y'all up.
Plug, I feel you.
Yeah, so I'm talking about like, hey, you know, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try that. And like, if you don't get it, and then her mama had the exact same one, I was like, I just can't do it.
You talking about people's mamas?
Man, is she a woman too?
Jim, that's all I'm gonna say to you. Don't be talk about wigs and you need to go to the gym.
Hey, I don't lost a little weight, man. It's okay. It's cool.
That's what I'm saying. You worry about wigs, you should be worried about the gym and the diet and other things like that. I just feel like.
So he talks about somebody's mother that she has no connection with, no relationship, and now it's all about her going viral and tearing him down. And look, it's gonna happen. You know, people are gonna take this, you know, take the clip and pay attention to what she said about someone who's not obese. But I just want to spin y'all up just a little bit on the interaction between these two. It's all stemming from a comment he made about one of his deal breakers being a bad wig. It wasn't directed at her, but she's shown what's on the inside. Because aesthetically, you know, she's talking about him wearing tight pants, or she has on tight pants. She's going to say, okay, a woman wears tight pants. Not necessarily. When I was growing up, you know, women used to wear dresses, sundresses, any type of dress to accentuate their body. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying women didn't wear jeans, but they wasn't tight like that. So it can go both ways. But obviously you can see and you can hear, you can feel, you know what I'm saying? That negative energy on how she talks to a man. And look, think about this. Think about this, y'all. Imagine her speaking to a man in front of the camera like this. Imagine how worse it's going to be when you're off camera. Just think about having a one-on-one disagreement behind closed doors and you have to deal with somebody like this. Now, I was spot on about her because I told you all I was going to do a follow-up, okay? So the follow-up has hit the presses and I was absolutely spot on. I was absolutely spot on this because pretty much you get to see, hold on for a second, pretty much you get to see what I was talking about. So this is Aletta and BM. Their couple started Pop the Balloon, where, you know, you have a lineup of male or females. And if it's females, of course, you have male come out there and go through a Q&A and selection process. They have their own format where that contestant pops a balloon for who he doesn't want to continue. Or the contestants themselves can pop their own balloon. It goes the same way for male and female. But what I want you to pay attention to is the follow-up. This is the follow-up. What people have been waiting on to kind of see and hear both sides of the story. And like I just told you, how Chi Chi is the female, Danny is the male, and we're talking about the ones at the bottom of this thumbnail. Chi Chi is the same one that was standing up there in all black, who would later go on to say that she's a smoker. That's how she decompresses. But she's talking about aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? Aesthetics, right? But on the flip side, she was telling this guy, all based off him being humorous about a bad wig. She was talking about how he needs to go to the gym, how he has on a tight shirt and tight pants. You know what I'm saying? So here you get to witness what's actually out there in today's society. And it's a bad look for the women. I mean, there's some women out there that act like this. And, you know, and I believe they're going to continue to be single. You know, real talk. But let's check out the energy of Chi Chi finally having her moment, her second cameo, to really douse the gas on Danny, to really burn him down. Because remember, she said she's a smoker. And you remember what I said when I did a follow up to this? I said, I wonder how she acts when she's she's in between smokes and she can't get a hold to a cigarette. I wonder how she acts when she's edgy. So I'm taking this type of energy that she was given, her emotional freaking meltdown that she had on here. I'm taking it as if she might have been feeling herself. She might have smoked a little bit too much knowing that she was going on here, because she was absolutely reckless.
Oh, look, he has manners. Oh my God. No, it was amazing. I said it multiple times. Like, I had a good experience overall. Like, production was smooth. The ladies were amazing. Everybody was a good vibe. You two were amazing. I was very nervous. Okay. I did have a couple of drinky drinks. So my honesty
See,
meter,
she's a
which
drinker
is usually
too.
very at 100, was probably on 1,000.
Oh my.
So
She's up there saying she's a drinker. She says she's a personal trainer and she worry about health and all that. But she said no one can be with her because she's a 420. She's a smoker all day, every day.
it was an experience.
Oh man. Okay.
But yeah, I had a
Danny.
great experience. Go ahead, Mr. Returning.
Okay.
Well, this time I just decided to just let go. Just be my complete self instead of. I think the first time I was on the show, I was really filtered, and it still didn't work out the way I wanted to be. So this time I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to be myself. So, and I wanted to have a fun experience. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking for a match, you're looking for somebody to connect with. They got to know, the side of me that they going to see eventually. So I just let you have it. You know what I'm saying? So from beginning to end. And so I really enjoyed myself. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I did walk away a little disappointed. I can't lie. But other than that, I felt like I had a good time.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah. So obviously, Danny, when you walked out, right, and you started speaking, when you dropped the whole, when you dropped the phrase that that just went viral, you said the wigs thing.
Do you see Chi Chi over there? Chi Chi is so anxious. She's so overly bubbly. Like nothing funny has been said. And is this good for TV? Yes, good for BM and Arlette, because they're sitting at close to 50,000 views. Very classy show, in my opinion. Even the follow-ups. BM really never loses his composure. He don't, man. He's just a cool, calm, collective cat. And the same with Arlette. She never gets too wrapped up in the back and forth exchanges between the contestants. Even with this exchange that's about to come up, they handled it well. They was solid mediators.
Obviously that was talk of the talk of the episode. That was what made you say that at that particular time?
I'm Emily. I'm 36 years old, and I coach.
Well, so I'm a prayer warrior, to be honest with you, and God knows my heart. So I've got to the point where if it comes to me, I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why when you look back and she said, because I knew what I was going to say from the beginning for the most part, but I couldn't quite understand or what I was going to say when you asked me what I didn't like. So in the back, I was doing a lot of praying. I was saying, just speak to me, and I'm a trust. And that is a pet peeve. So I've been through situations, even in a most recent relationship that didn't work out. I felt like so I'm just be honest, man. So I was
Honesty is the best policy.
See, what I couldn't understand with Danny, he's from the ATL supposedly, right? I don't know what this dude is so nervous about. Wow, he said he's just gonna be honest. You're on a follow up. I couldn't get it, bro. I was really looking for you to return fire. This is your opportunity. You know, she really went in on you based off one wig comment. This is your opportunity to articulate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get a little verbal sparring in. Express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Unleash, unholster both the left and the right. You know what I'm saying? Fire down range, man. And let her know about herself. And you're acting like she still have you under a spell.
I was getting fussed at about some stuff I wasn't doing and everything, and the whole time I was like, dang, you telling me everything that I'm not doing, but your wig bad. But I don't get to say nothing, you know, because I'm a man, so I just got to sit there and take it. You know, I don't really retort. So if it don't matter what you say to me, it don't matter, women can go off and they want the perfect human being. I just sit there and be like, okay. And you know what I'm saying? But in the back of my mind, I make notes of like what I want and what I don't want. And that's something. So really, I said that as in like I was talking to my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends know what's up. Like we say different things, but we do want what we don't want.
Okay.
And when
But
you
you're
ask
not trying to date
questions,
your friends. You don't talk to your friends the way you talk to a woman. You trying to find a woman, not a man.
well, no,
So
that's
And this is the beginning. You can see this change on the change of expressions. I disagree. You do date your friends. Absolutely. I mean, them are some of the best. If you got a woman that's a friend, I can't relate to that. But if you have a woman that's a friend, you want a friend before a wife. You know what I'm saying? You do the opposite. You get a wife before she's a friend, it ain't gonna last. And that's a fact.
Danny, I
cap.
have a
That's cap.
question.
That's cap. Because your woman's supposed to be your friend.
Your best friend. Yeah, we love
Hold
that,
on, hold
but
on.
she's still a woman.
So Danny, I got a question for you. So what is a bad wig to you?
Oh, come on, man.
Now, Danny, think about this before you
I,
answer.
we have to know what is considered a bad wig to Danny.
All right, so look.
Like, you can't be serious right now.
No. I'm just gonna be honest. So I dated a woman that sold hair.
Okay.
All right. So when money gets involved, I start paying attention. So when I accidentally sold some hair and we made like $500 in an instant, I started paying attention. I started doing research. Like I understood that was back in the day when Peruvian and Brazilian hair was a big thing, and so growing up,
He knows about them as well, so he knows the names. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so growing up, I didn't know about
Big
weave.
expert.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. My mother to the day had the same routine. Her hair's in a ponytail. My cousins are literally Indian. They from India. I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even really understand that women wore extension stuff till I got to college. So I just didn't experience it. Like the women I dated, my son's mother, we've known each other since 8th grade. She doesn't wear it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not accustomed to it. So, but basically, I think is when I like to be tricked. I like to is it a wig or is it like, you know what I'm saying? So most times the women I talk to will wear like sew-ins or something like that and the front, you don't really can tell
So they
that
have the leave out with the weave in the back. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like your hair. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But that's not a wig. We talking about wigs. What's a bad wig to you? Not a bad weave.
Okay.
Like a hump. Like, what's a bad wig to you? Like, it's not flat enough. Like a wig, a lace front.
When you can tell when you can tell what it is instantly. If you was dating a man and you could tell that his hair was a toupee, you would feel the same way.
Right.
Okay, but
So,
listen,
when guys
you will
talk about
always be
it,
able to look and know
Frozen.
that a wig is a wig. There's no way to make it blend into your head like
no,
it's
but
your
what
hair.
he's saying, the important thing that Danny's saying is that if a girl that cannot tell the difference between a good wig and a bad wig, that's the important statement that he's making right there.
But he still hasn't really told us what the bad wig is. That's
y'all
what I
about to
really
make
wanna
y'all
know.
about to make me talk, man. I'm trying to be cool.
What's
Like
a
I'm about
bad
to.
wig? We want to know.
All right, so Danny, tell us what is a bad wig.
A bad wig to me is when it look like you just put it on like a hat. See, I'll be laughing. I'll be dead serious. Like I don't even know what I be
Wait,
saying. Like,
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
he's got a point. He's got a point. He's got a point.
No hat wigs. Got it.
So,
nah, when you
so,
just
so,
But
so, Chichi, do you agree with him there? You laughed, right? So, do you agree with him?
well, the thing is, I used to wear wigs. I'm a girl that I used to have fun. This is like my third time locking my hair back up. So,
Nice.
as a woman, I agree because I used to fool people with my wigs and I used to make wigs. I know what a good wig looks like. However, agreeing with Danny, my reason I popped was because she didn't say what do you like and not like. She said what's a deal breaker. And as soon as he responded, I felt like he was being a funny guy. I'm like, he didn't come here for love. What did he come here for? A bad wig is a deal breaker? That's not a
So somebody coming there for love can't be funny. You're gonna go into a relationship serious, and you're gonna get a serious disconnect or resonation. I mean, humor is good. I mean, most of the women I know, they like a little humor. They like to laugh, but you have some serious dudes like this. You know, this female right here who she believes coming into a dating show serious and acting like you don't have no personality, like we haven't seen them get shut down before. So it's almost like you got to pick your poison on these dating shows on how much of you want them to see and how much you want to keep to yourself in reserve. But one thing I know for sure, she's in the top 2% of women that has ever came on these episodes that are absolutely the worst, in my opinion, because she cannot dress like a woman without showing her midsection or anything else, her cleavage and all that. But she want to talk about somebody not being aesthetically pleasing. And just because you feel, that you need to wear that type of attire to show off everything that you have every time that you're on camera, that's you. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you're comfortable. That's something you have to do. That needs to be your dress code, your attire. And that's what she does. I mean, what did I tell y'all about the fitness community? She says she's a personal trainer. Y'all remember what I said? How if you date a female in the fitness community, once they start to get, just a type of advancement to what they're working on and start getting compliments, what they do. Everything you see them in is tight. You see them outside the gym and then the store is tight. Everything starts to get tight. Why? Because some of them, in that case, has never gained that much exposure and attention. They're feeling good about themselves. And then the ones that's overconfident, like this woman right here, that's all she does. You know what I'm saying? She want to let you see everything on the inside and then shock you with a surprise when she started, disagreeing with you about something that's so petty and small. And you say, what? Why are you so angry? Like, we're going to get into it. It's about to change.
and then you called it a disability. You felt like it was a disorder or something like that. You felt like it was a mental disorder. I'm like, no, a mental disorder is someone who's a pathological liar or a cheater. That's a deal breaker. So it was because of the words. She said deal breaker, and someone who's trying to find love doesn't say a bad wig. And then also, no offense, Danny, when a man speaks on a woman's beauty, whether it's her nails, her lashes, or her wig, I classify it as sassy. No offense,
No
once again.
way.
All right, okay.
See what I'm talking
Gigi.
about? She classified as sassy. If a man speaks on a woman's beauty and all that, she classifies as sassy because she's trying to be a man. It's not even clear if she even dates men. For real. She gives off that same sex energy. You know what I'm saying? Rah, 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 claw, cat fighting and all that.
I think we're taking it too far there.
Yeah,
I
because
classify it as sassy because a thing a woman does for her own beauty is not for you. I'm going to double down because I
Chichi,
stand on what I say.
do you know the amount of times that women comment on guys, right? They don't look, they don't like how they look, the attraction, all of that. But if a guy talks about it, it's an issue. When a girl talks about it, you go, you tell him how it is, right?
But he started it.
No, No,
Chi,
that's
pause.
that's
Instead
double
of
Pause.
standards
saying,
right
Hold
there.
on. No.
Let's hear
Hold on.
from
Chi.
Danny.
you
Let's
said
hear
what
from
you
Danny.
said. Wigs are a disability. That's what you
Okay,
said. It's a
that's
whatever
fine. First
disorder.
of all, let me tell you
That's a
because
funny guy, not someone looking for love.
Okay, let's hear from
well,
Danny. Go ahead, Danny.
I do think first of all,
Are sky-high production costs making
pause there because I didn't get a chance to comment on that sassy stuff, and y'all women just throw that word out and y'all attacking a man's gender preference. I don't think y'all understand that. It's really some bullshit. You know what I'm
That
saying?
has nothing to do with your gender preference.
Yes, it does. That's exactly what it means. It means you're acting
That is
feminine,
not what it means. Okay, you're acting feminine and you're being
which
sassy
is
does not mean that your preference of a man or a woman. I'm not talking about your sexual
sweetheart,
orientation and what you prefer.
sweetheart,
I'm saying
sweetheart,
your sass. Going back and forth from here right now,
sweetheart,
sassy. You're going
sweetheart,
back and forth with me.
sweetheart,
That's sassy.
sweetheart. The only reason we're going back and
I
forth
said
because
what
you're
I
not
said.
listening.
You're not
That's the
listening
only.
to me.
I am listening. I listen to you. Now I'm going to
Continue.
tell you something. Okay. So just in case you didn't know, I'm educate you on from a man's perspective. When y'all say words like sassy, that's the equivalent of me calling you a dyke.
Oh,
Like,
No, it's not.
sweetheart, I'm telling you from a
Okay,
man's
no.
perspective.
Give me
You
the
can
word for
agree or not
sass.
agree.
Give me a word besides dyke, because I didn't call you. I didn't say any words
You
in the
didn't even say
LGBT
sassy.
community.
You're saying sassy now. You're
Because I
saying
said
sassy
that's why
now.
I responded that way. Because I feel like when a man talks about things that can change, you can go and take a woman to the hair salon. I can take you to the gym. When you came
Yeah.
out, I didn't pop the balloon because you had a stomach. My ex has a ball of belly. We like to eat. I don't talk about people's appearance. If it's not for me, they're not for me. But I don't go around picking at men's physical appearance because I could take him to the gym. That's not a
You see
thing.
a
You could
person.
take her to the hair salon. So even when I said that with you, you went back and forth with me. And I consider that very feminine when a man can't be a woman and let her express it. So you got to be a me too. You have to one up me. That's what you.
Imagine going through this. She's thinking a man is feminine just by being in defense mode and responding to something he disagree with. This woman is look, and in this generation, it's a lot of guys who fit this narrative right here on what she's talking about. They're very feminine. You know what I'm saying? They love to argue. You know what I'm saying? And she's one of those women where, like I said before, if she's like this in the open, full throttle, and you can't get a word in, I can only imagine what hell is like behind closed doors for something she felt like you did or didn't do that pissed her off. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be absolutely turmoil and turbulence, yo. You know, she's not on the brakes with giving this man a chance to talk.
You did. I consider that very feminine. When a man gives me that level of femininity, me as a woman, I feel like my femininity is attacked because you're not being masculine. You're being feminine.
Okay, Chichi,
Okay, hold on 1 second, BM. Look,
let's let Danny finish his whole
so
sentence. Like, let's let him
that's
finish. Yeah.
Go
you
ahead.
gotta look at it. First of all, even on that, you gotta look at the situation that we're in. Everything that you think about me is an assumption. We have
Hmm.
no clue of who that person is on the opposite of you, right? I don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about me. So if you say
Yeah.
something, we don't have the opportunity. I'm looking for a match. So I have to either agree with what you're saying or change your mind instantly. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We don't have the opportunity to talk and I can just listen and you had already popped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like this is the only opportunity I have to either change your mind or leave an impression or something like that. So you calling it back and forth, it's a conversation. And it's a conversation with you having an assumption, a presumed assumption about me based on something like you consider as a joke. But yeah, I mean, I got to the point to where
Well, I'm
about
happy I know it was a joke.
the wig thing. I'm gonna tell you, she said deal breaker. It's something like I wouldn't even approach. That's what the question. I feel like it doesn't have to be a deal breaker because once I'm
Hmm.
in something, I'm in it. You know, and I have suggested and like I'm gonna tell you something. The lady came in. This lady, I mean ex, she came in. She had the wig on And I was like, oh, why don't you just wear your natural hair? She was like, well, I'm supporting my cousin's business. I said, well, your cousin need to go out of business. If if that don't mean take that shit off, I don't know what else to tell you. And most of the time, it's not even about finances. Most of the time, I date up, or the woman is smarter than me, or make more money than me, or is something like this. So I listen, we pay attention because I have a skill set that helps people with their business. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of relationships I'm most likely to get in anyway. So we're not bickering back and forth. We're talking, we're learning, we're growing together. So it has nothing to do with money. That's why I said some things just can't be fixed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Chichi, you was one of the only girls that popped at that time, right? At the beginning, for the weave thing, for the wig thing, right? I feel like all the other girls was, they were trying to hear him out, but I feel like you set the pace. Obviously you popped. You was like, I'm not having it, and you stuck by whatever reasons you popped by, right? Do you think that maybe you went too fast? Like you didn't really try to understand Danny?
No,
That's
I don't
crazy.
think I went too fast because at the end of the day, he just said we have a limited amount of time to like just present ourselves or get to know somebody and to really find a match. Like I didn't fly from LA to Phoenix to hear somebody try and be funny or comical. I flew to Phoenix to actually see 5 men who literally wanted to find love and wanted to actually be serious. If that's your introduction and your answer to something that's a deal breaker, and I understand his story, is a bad wig, it's like, and then his rebuttal was, oh, she must have a bad wig.
Let's not forget, this is the same woman who didn't make it off the block on that night. And also, she told a guy that she was strict 420. One of his deal breakers was smoking. And she pretty much put it out there. If they can't handle the smoke, then go. Pretty much, I don't have to deal with him. If they got a problem with me smoking, go on. Cause I'm gonna smoke every day, all day. In the gym, out the gym, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So, her talking about she didn't drive. She didn't fly all the way out there to Phoenix to hear jokes and humor. Well, you want to have a absolute serious conversation with your attitude, with your energy. You know what I'm saying? How is somebody supposed to, break the ice? Okay, when you got them in the freezer, when you put them in the freezer right away, and they're trying to, break the ice and warm up to you and everything like that, and you're busy being serious like this what they call it, this an interview process. This is initiation. I'm trying to see who you are as a man. When women don't know you and they're quick to question your level of masculinity, then what you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? You need to make a serious choice right there. You know what I'm saying? You need to figure it out. Most of the time, if you see the flags running high in the sky, you smell the gas, all those cautionary freaking measures you need to take to leave the area. Do it. Period. Do it.
It's like, okay, you're not here for love. So to me, I'm not even about to do that.
The future is not just gonna
So y'all had a couple that matched, right? This dude went, I think it was the episode or something or two right before mine. He presented himself. He pretty much begged for it. She said, I got a house with a pool. And he was like, because he was between him and somebody else.
That was Eric, yeah.
It was between two. It was between him and another person. So when y'all did the follow-up on it, she said he never made me laugh. That was her follow-up. So you can't be coming out there. It's just not a business situation. Women want men to be comical. They want to make you laugh. They want to, like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't say that to make anybody laugh. Yeah, I laughed at myself, but I was dead ass serious. If a woman's wig is crazy, I'm not even going to approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not there for a general purpose. I'm not there to make everybody happy. I'm there for one woman in the whole world, just one. You understand what I'm saying? And if a woman has a wig on and something that's not aesthetically pleasing to me. I'm not even gonna see if how she at this point in time. It's just gonna be like, all right, unless we come into some kind of situation where like we get to know each other outside of that, or just like grows again it's meant to be, then yeah. But if we're talking about just straight approach, there's been people on there that pop that because the woman wore a hat that looked crazy. There's all kinds of you know what I'm saying? Like she had the one dread hanging. I watched this show like before I went on there. You understand what I'm saying? And if I had seen a woman whose wig was looking like that, I would have been, if I had opportunity, I'd have been like, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? But you know, on the episode when I first was on, that's one thing that I looked at. Like the girl who came out from Texas, the second one, her stuff was lace. She looked good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I look at that. When I look at somebody pictured on Instagram, the first thing I see is like their hair and all kinds of stuff. It just shows like a level of like it shows like how much attention to detail that they pay, that they, you know, they pay attention. Like they house, if they wig is, if their hair is lace and all that, their house is probably clean. Their body is clean. Their nails is done. Like it's all cohesive. I look at that. I when I was broke, women ain't want to talk to me when I ain't had no haircut. My shoes were dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even get I couldn't even get the opportunity. What's the
Look at Chi Chi. Chi Chi has became a droid. She's a Terminator now. You know, she's soaking it all in. And to be honest with this brother right here, I see the points he's trying to make, but I think the wig situation was one of those analogies that, okay, if you saying a female put a wig on the wrong way and it's just sitting on top of her head and she came out looking disheveled, I can see where you at with it. I would correct. I would say, you know, I've seen you with your natural hair. Your natural hair look better than the wig because the wig just over, you know, it devalues, you know what I'm saying, your beauty, your aesthetics right now. You know what I'm saying? It's taken away. It's just like it seems to be out of order. But he's trying his best to explain. I don't think he did a solid job. But she's sitting there locked and loaded.
difference? I look crazy without a haircut. If I had came on there without a haircut, y'all probably would have popped as soon as I walked out.
And to to add to your point as well, Danny, my wife Arlette knows how to present herself, right? And do you think that if I see something that doesn't look right, I wouldn't tell her? Of course, I will always speak to her if I see. So to Danny's point, right? Guys sometimes can see these things, and I feel like when a guy talks about it, some girls might not like the way that they're saying it, right?
And it's you now know too the difference between a good and a bad wig. I taught him. Well, he's just been paying attention, you know. So
so if I see something that's like, yo,
right,
but that's what Danny is. Danny is basically just trying to say there is, you know, there's good standard of wigs and there's bad standard.
But I think this also kind of goes back to the fact that they're just not compatible. Like their sense of humors don't match.
Who?
Both
me and
of you.
Chi-Chi?
Yeah.
Man, Chi-Chi crazy because I actually think even when I watch the show, and you know what I'm saying, I think that me and Chi-Chi, like she smoke, I smoke too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even get a chance to really, like, that's the one thing I didn't like about that. You asked about my experience. Man,
that's why I felt he shouldn't go. Like he said, Chi-Chi crazy. He already in the oven. And it might look, he may not have had his smoke, but the one thing that I can't relate to is getting with a person that the only way we connect is because we have a recreational habit together that we both can relate to, which is smoking. Okay. You have to put the disclaimer out there. You know, most of the time, nothing against people who smoke in general. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't date a woman who smokes consistently, but I have dated a woman who smoked, you know, not cigs though, not cigs. And she took great care of herself. You know what I'm saying? But when you are linking up with a female, in my opinion, a woman, and you're trying to date and you're saying, okay, I smoke too, just because she said a man had to accept her smoking habit, she's a 420 type of lady. That's not going to keep that relationship together. That's not going to keep it together, bro. Like, we're so detached from the physical form. We're busy dealing with a lot of exterior, external variables that we have to deal with. It's just too many of them. You're trying to bring all these external entities, bring that energy into your life. Those are not natural. What you have as a whole person is what you're dealing with naturally, from your brain all the way down to your toes. That is what you're dealing with naturally. So many people try to bring in other entities and form it into what they have. It's something they're not used to, and it doesn't work out. And smoking, it doesn't work out for everybody. You just can't get with anybody just because they smoke and say, oh, we're going to match up real well because we do the same thing. I mean, he probably felt some type of way when he found out, but from watching the show, that she said she was a 420 girl.
Questions that I had, you would have made me seem like a genius. Y'all brains would have been working. Like I am
But
not only, first of all, let me tell you something. Not only am I a reader, I am a writer. Readers are leaders. Writers create the narrative. My whole thing is thought provoking. Yes, I may do it in a joking way, but that's what you're gonna get when you get into a relationship. That's what you're gonna get when in a certain situation. We nervous, man. If y'all think I'm joking and stuff, like we go back and look, man, I'm watching myself. Y'all don't even understand. My heart beating the whole time I'm up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nerve-wracking.
Everybody always says that. Yeah.
So I do it with a smile. I said I'm going to have a smile on my face regardless. Like, I just went to the dentist and everything. So I'm going to have a smile on my face and everything. Like, regardless of what, I'm not going to go back. I could have, like, y'all think that's back and forth. I really could have said some stuff. Right. But I choose not to.
But why didn't you?
Because
if you're looking for love, say the things that matter.
No, I'm talking about negatively. I didn't even get an opportunity. Like, you don't even know who I was. Y'all just
Wait, y'all. Danny, I have a question for you.
What's up? Go ahead, ask.
Can we stop with the self-care week? Like,
you're so focused on the fact that I popped my balloon so quickly, but remember, I was at the end of the line. So by the time you got down to me, you had went back and forth with like every single girl, like back and forth. Like you couldn't take what somebody said. Like that's the one thing that I do not like and did not like about you. You went back and forth with everybody. As friends, me and Danny could probably be friends. Today, I will probably want to drop kick you.
Chichi, do you class that as going back and forward, how he was interacting with the girls?
Every single one of them.
I feel like some of them, he was just joking around. They were just having like friendly banter and stuff like that.
Well, apparently it's Southern banter, which I was led to
said
believe.
I've got West Coast banter.
Right, so,
no, I'm Jamaican and Nigerian. I don't have East Coast or West Coast banter. I have...
You sound crazy.
My family is very crazy and we don't sugarcoat things, okay? So it's like, to me...
Sugarcoat stuff. But I'm supposed to do the same thing.
Danny, I'm a woman. Stop comparing yourself to me.
No, sweetheart.
Like, no, I'm not about to keep doing this. Like, as a man and a woman, we're not going to keep saying me too. Like, I hate Mr. Me Too.
No, it's not a me too. If you're
It is a me too. You just said, I'm doing the same thing. Like, let me have it as a woman. Like, you can't let me have it.
Y'all pop my balloon. I ain't letting you have shit. If we was in a relationship or something, I might let you have it.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. Like, another thing I don't like is how you treat any woman is also important. Like, I want a man that respects all women, not just me.
So I was disrespectful?
In some things I feel like you were. Like, the thing is, it might be funny to you, but it's not funny to somebody else. Okay? The things I said people might not think it's funny. Whatever it is, it might rub some people the wrong way. To each his own. However it may go.
Was I disrespectful on? What was I disrespectful on? If I was disrespectful, just stand out in your mind. Give me one.
See, this is the same thing you did when we were talking back and forth on the show. Like, you asked me, what was the woman's mama's name? When you said her mama had a bad wig too. It ran in the family. And then when I brought it up at the end of our conversation, you said, what was her mama's name? It doesn't matter. It don't matter. I'm not about to sit here and pinpoint every conversation you had through every person. This is what you did, and it did exist. Just because I'm not sitting here pulling up Pop the Balloon recaps of everything that you said because I don't have time or give a fuck enough, but I'm stating my opinion.
opinion. Okay? I feel like you went back and forth too much. I don't even have a wig. That's the crazy part. Like we're talking about wigs and I have locks, okay?
Right. So
I
we're not.
have
It's
locks.
got
So the
nothing to
thing
do
That's
with
is,
it.
what
I'm
blew a
not.
lot of people in the comments.
But it
Right.
blew a
Like had
lot of
nothing.
people because I don't like when men talk about beauty. Like, men, you're not getting your nails done. You're not
Yeah.
getting your hair done. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Move on. Talk about other things. Like, I feel like if you come in here for love, and I'm going to stand on what I said. If you're coming here for love, saying a deal breaker is a wig is like, what the fuck?
So Chichi, I
Like,
have a question.
I didn't fly to
So some of
freaking
the
Phoenix to hear you
comments,
say you don't
Chichi.
like bad wigs.
Hold
Like,
on, Chichi, I
go.
got a comment. So in the comments on Instagram and I think also on YouTube, they were like, "Oh, how did Chichi get upset that he's commenting about wigs, but she personally attacked his weight?"
Weight and everything. Right.
I didn't pop because of his stomach. I popped because of what he said, not because of how he looked. He came out there and said, women with bad wigs is a mental.
Yo, at the end of the day, you know that when it comes to Chi Chi right now, I guess the chemicals that she have in her system are kicking in. I believe that she is at a point right now where she's extremely frustrated based off the whole entire process. Look at he commented off a wig, like I said. Now, every woman don't wear a wig, but the wildest part about it for you, Chi Chi, is that you keep on highlighting that you have locks, but yet you putting so much negative energy into a comment he made that don't deal with you. You talking about leave the beauty alone. Stop talking about a woman's beauty. Well, you stop talking about shit that you don't have nothing to do with. You don't even wear a wig, but you going ham on a person that made a comment about a lady he used to date with a bad wig. Not only that, a wig can be removed and you can make an appointment with the stylist, right? But then you turn around and you go at the man's physical appearance, something that's attached to him, his body, his physique. He never attacked your body. Not once. He never attacked your body. Chi Chi comes off to me as somebody who believes she's perfect. See her from afar, it probably give you a second turn. I haven't seen the female in person, but once you start to have a conversation with her, you get the real deal. You know what I'm saying? She comes off as one of those persons. She got glammed up for this freaking cameo appearance, but she's talking about a piece of hard, not, I wouldn't say hardware, a piece of a component. You know what I'm saying? Just a component that you can manipulate to wear on your head for whatever reason. And she's going ham saying she don't like men talking about a woman's beauty when women talk about a man's appearance all day long, and she proved it. This man is talking about a removable piece that you don't have to go in for surgery, to a point of talking about he has on he shouldn't have wore a tight shirt and pants, and he need to go to the gym and work out. She said her ex-boyfriend had a gut. We love to eat. What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? You a personal trainer, your ex had a stomach. So you said, oh, I'm not worried about the stomach. I can take you to the gym. But yet you're telling Danny that he has a gut. So every man you go up to, they have to be one of those people who don't have a freaking gut, but has somewhat of a 4 to 6 pack, which that is very hard to maintain over in an annual calendar year, because it takes a lot of discipline on what you're eating. And when you eat the same food, you know what it is. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Disability at this point. Oh, she got a bad wig. That's what he said. And that's what I responded to.
No, I didn't. I
That is
said
what you said. Would
everybody.
you like me to play the clip?
No, I said I didn't see
I
you.
thought.
So if I said this in the comments, if I had to say I don't like women with dirty feet and you pop, what else was I supposed to think? I didn't look to see who popped and said, oh, she got a bad. I didn't even look that way. I'm talking to Arlette.
Exactly. So I don't have a bad wig. So anyway.
All right, then. So the joke on you.
There is no joke on me. I said what I said. I don't like when men talk about women's beauties in a certain
the beauty is for the man. The beauty is for the man.
No, the beauty is for us. The beauty is for us to feel good and love ourselves, and beauty is for us to explore, okay? It doesn't make you beautiful, but it makes you feel beautiful.
So I'm gonna ask you a question.
And beauty is for us to feel good. It's not for you and it's not about you, but we love when y'all like it. But
so
stop
women,
picking
so
at
women,
it.
so
If
women
you
don't
worry about wigs, don't wear one.
No, that's dumb. But so women don't like it
No,
when
what's
men
dumb
get.
is you saying that your deal breaker is a bad wig and it's a mental disorder.
So women don't like it when men get haircuts. They don't be like, "Ooh, that's a nice haircut." That's not.
But if somebody asks me as a woman what my deal breaker is in finding love, I'm not going to say, "Oh, a man with a bad haircut," because he needs to know when his hairline is going back. But that's what you guys are missing. Different strokes for different folks. I don't need to fit into the box of what every woman thinks or what every woman has to be.
Are you saying that guys? Are you saying that guys can't comment on beauty?
I'm not lonely though, so you be alright.
I didn't say you're lonely.
Okay then, mind your business.
Chicha, are you saying that guys should not comment on girls' beauty, but girls can comment on guys' looks? I can't comment on beauty.
I'm not lonely though, so you be alright.
I didn't say you're lonely.
Okay then, mind your business.
Chicha, are you saying that
Look, that's a classy woman right there. I don't know why she would be so upset. If she don't wear a wig, why are you going so hard to advocate for a comment that he made about a woman that you never met in your life, that he had a problem with her wig? You know what I'm saying? He just said a bad wig. I can't believe she put so much energy in to coming on here on a follow-up and explaining to the public what men shouldn't do when it comes to the beauty of a woman. You crazy. You out your mind. She flipped him off. Look at that. That's not classy at all. That is not classy at all. The man blew you a kiss to say, kind of calm down. Okay. And she just took it to a whole nother level, just flipped him off. Crazy.
Guys should not comment on girls' beauty, but girls can comment on guys' looks.
I feel like
haircut and
in
everything.
a distasteful manner, you should not. No, you shouldn't. Because let me be personally very frank with y'all. You shouldn't.
If she
Talk
couldn't,
about what
if she can't afford it, and that's like if you talk about a person that's down and out, then yeah. But I wasn't even talking about a person. I just said in general. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even, like I said, I'm not there to date
but
generally women,
why? Like, why is that such a
sweetheart.
thing that it's like, so you have
If
to, like,
you would
why?
listen,
I
you have,
listen,
you know,
I
I'm gonna tell
heard.
you,
You keep
I'm gonna
repeating
tell you.
yourself.
Energy companies don't want you to know about this.
You're asking me to listen to you repeat the same thing to prove your point. You said what you said
Ooh.
about women's aesthetics, and I said what I said about your aesthetics because you are so aesthetically focused. And I said that because I feel like it's shallow. Even women running around here talking about man's hair color or a man that's too short, you probably missing out on your short king. That's all I'm saying. You focus on the wrong shit, Danny. That's all I'm saying.
So
That's
when,
it. There's nothing deeper than that. Y'all making it too deep. You focus on the wrong thing. That was my reason. I'm like, is he serious? So that was is you serious?
okay, that's fine.
Like that's it. Like y'all making it
That's
deeper than
cool.
what it is. I said what I
That's
said because of
cool.
what you said. It's aesthetics. We talking about aesthetics. Let's talk. Like goodness gracious.
Wow.
She acting like a little girl. Look at her. That's crazy. She's hyped up. She got all the green light. Maybe she should put the red light in the background. You know, she's upset off a dude that she don't know based off one encounter that they had on a dating show. One encounter, y'all. And it's all evolving around a wig. Can you imagine? And you know, this day and time, fellas, you really can't go above and beyond. You got to meet them where they meet you. Speak to them as much as they speak to you. Because if you put too much effort into the intro, they might treat it as if, oh my God, this is too much for me. I'm not used to this. I'm used to my phone. I'm used to being alone. I'm just used to my silent time. Now this human being that's a man, a male, is coming into my life. You know, I got to have conversation with him. I don't like that.
Yeah, wow, because you pissing me off.
Okay, Chichi, what's your type?
My type is a masculine, strong, leading man that leads, that
Okay.
allows me to thrive in my feminine and my femininity. Like it's just like when you have to go back and forth with a grown man, to some point your masculinity starts coming out because you feel defensive. So I don't like when men make me feel defensive to the point where my femininity is threatened and I can't just be feminine and calm and happy. Like he likes a woman that he even said it on the show that is a little mean to him. I don't like that because that right there puts me in a space that I don't like to be in, a space as a black woman that I don't thrive in, having to.
Oh, so it puts you in a place of a black woman that you don't like to be in, but you flip the man off. And now you just had a total meltdown, still based off someone who made a comment about a wig on a person that you never met in your life. You met this man for the first time, but you never met the person that he made a comment about. And then you felt some type of way because he said her mother had one too. So she's all about women empowerment. But she did mention that she had an ex who had a stomach because they love to eat. So what drew y'all apart? Was he a smoker too? Why y'all ain't together?
Survive or feel like I have to be combative or I have to defend myself. I don't like that from a man, especially a black man. I don't like it. So for me, it's a man that makes me feel safe, not just somebody who can protect me and fight, somebody who protects my feelings, my emotions, like all of those things. So it's like when you can't even just express yourself and a man take it in and receive it and comfort you or just make you feel like, you know what, I understand where you come from. At least understanding. That's my attraction. A man's mind over how he looks.
And Danny, what's your type?
Well, since this was being overlooked, like I said, I like a woman's mindset who's allergic to giving up. It was just the first thing that I said. I like a woman that has words of affirmation, a woman that's consistently in your corner, because this world gets dark. I've been through a lot. I've been in situations where I'm by myself. I look to the left, I look to the right, nobody's there. You understand what I'm saying? So this next relationship, when I look to the left, I look to the right, nobody's there. I want to know that she's right behind me. She puts her hands on the shoulder and says, keep pushing, King. That's what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to what she says. I'm attracted to her understanding my mission, my goal. Attraction, their physical attraction, is one of the last things on my list because I'm from Atlanta. All these women are beautiful. But what's in your mind? The first thing that opens up your mouth. How can we handle a situation when we are talking, when we are upset? Because most of the time, like how she is right now, if she gets upset, I'm not going to say anything because then it's going to seem like a back and forth. You understand what I'm saying? So I like the inside of a woman, and that's what I stand on. All the relationships I've been in are because we have great conversations. I've been married before. Every time we got into a disagreement, we would be on the phone for like 4 and 5 hours figuring it out. That's why we got married in the first place, because we understood how to figure things out. When you get into a relationship with me, the one thing that I do get complimented on is the way I communicate and how I listen, because I understand. I've built organizations that have 15 to 20 people. You don't do that if you can't listen, you can't understand with everybody. I've been prophesied to be a preacher. I just preached the week before, right after we came out of there, at a brand new church. You can't do that if you don't listen. If you
Do y'all think he's trying to sanitize this situation where he feel like he's been dragged in the mud? I mean, because this is one of the risk factors of going on social media to these open-ended dating shows and meeting personalities that you never dealt with in your own life. I mean, you have to think, is it an ulterior motive to some of these people that go on these shows? Because, you know, you're going through an initiation process where you are meeting someone for the first time. So you can go through all the preloading freaking notes all you want. But some of these women you can't prepare for, especially when the camera's rolling. You know what I'm saying? And this was one of those moments where he lit that match quick to the wick, and it exploded. And you know, yes, the women had popped, and he was having simple, basic dialogue between the women prior to getting to her. And when he got to her, you know, she let him have it. And not only that, the show is ended for that episode, and they come over here for a follow-up with BM and Arlette, and she's absolutely furious still. You know, I mean, like I say, what he said to her pissed her off, but not so much like you think. I think it's more so what's inside her, what her package includes. What is she dealing with? What baggage is there that every man that runs into this woman who looks aesthetically pleasing on the outside, but very, very emotionally tarnished on the inside? Why can't she keep a man? Why is she even on the dating show? She comes off as, you know, having herself together. She's a personal trainer and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? She don't go off looks, but it seems like she go off looks. Why? Because she is pretty much telling you, you have to be in shape. You have to be fit. And a lot of those fitness relationships don't work out. That's facts.
You don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, I like to have fun. Yes, I like to joke. So she definitely had to have a sense of humor. But when it comes down to the nitty and gritty, my type is from the inside out, and I don't budge on that. You understand what I'm saying? But that's it. Like, we got to listen.
It's so funny you say you listen and you know, all these things, but when I was expressing how I felt, one of your responses was, I see why you're single. How would you like it if I said, I see why you're divorced? I see why you're single. You see what I'm
That's your
saying with the
observation.
back and forth, and like it's like you have to one up and you have to win. Like that right there is something that is absolutely like such a turn off to me as a woman. And that's the same exact thing that you're doing now, the same exact thing you did on the show. You have to one up and you have to win. That right there was the reason I didn't like you. And that right there is
Well,
the reason why I wasn't attracted to you. And then on top of that, it's just like, look at what you just said.
I'm Caitlin. I'm a mom of two.
Do you hear what you just said? Do you hear how powerful the woman that you want and how you want to feel sounds? But you went on the show and you were being a funny guy. Even though you have a personality, there's such a way to turn it off and on that is still being conveyed and communicated through being serious or being standing on business about what you want.
You know what's funny is that she seemed to have the entire first half of the Bible when it comes to dating and meet someone for the first time. But yet she's single. She's on this show too. You seem to speak like you have it all figured out. So if I'm just guessing, if you're in a relationship with her, you have to know how to sit there with these transparent earmuffs on and try to listen to everything that she has about telling you what type of man she wants you to be. Not the type of man that you came in the situation with, but what type of man that she wants you to be. It seems like you have to go through her trial and introductory and her initiation orientation. That's what it seems to me. You know what I'm saying? Does a man have the opportunity to basically instruct her on anything? I wonder how that will play out. Telling her, say, hey, why don't you cover up a little bit today? You know what I'm saying? I see you all the time in workout gear. You know, can you at least cover up? You're still gonna look sexy regardless. Can you put on a dress or something? You got a nice body. I wonder how that would go, because she don't like men talking about beauty.
Nobody knows what you wanted. All we're going to remember is the funny guy. Like, it's like, are you being a comedian or you're here to find love? Like, you have to find a balance. Life is about balance at the end of the day. You can squint
well,
your face up all you want to what I'm saying. And it also
let's be
goes
all
to
the
what
way
I'm saying.
honest with
Like,
you.
you missed the one up. Go ahead.
Be all the way 100. When I just said what I said, that's why you sing it. That was just me giving up. Two, I'm gonna be all the way 100 with y'all. When the first girl popped my balloon, when I said I didn't want to skydive and stuff like that, I was done. We could have stopped the show right then and there. Like, that's when I first came out. I seen her. I said, oh, that's who I want. She was the first one to pop before I even got to the bag wig stuff. So it's like, I didn't care what I said then. You understand what I'm saying? So this just being all the way 100 with you. So it's like, okay, yeah, I can be a comedian or whatever, but part of my personality is humor. You know, a wise man can fake being dumb, but a dumb man can't fake being wise. Sarcasm is a form of intelligence. If you don't get that, I mean, that's just on you. You know what I'm saying? When you go back and watch the first show, I'm asking, like, what progressed you in a relationship that's going to make this work? We never got to this point. You understand what I'm saying? So that when she said, is she your type? After you pop the balloon, you not my type. But they just kept coming down. So it's like, okay, this how I act when there's nothing there. If we just friends or I don't even know you and stuff like that, I'm just not going to let you just come and say whatever you want to say. I don't care.
But
You
see,
understand
but
what I'm
you don't
saying?
see a problem with that.
Sweetheart, at that point, that point in
But you just
situation.
said, but listen to what you're saying. Like, you couldn't even respect the women's time in the line.
Sweetheart.
You said you just said when the sky was like, I know, sweetheart, stop sweethearting me. Thank you. You just said when the first woman who was your type, the one you want to pop the balloon, you could have shot the show right there. I didn't care. And then you took it as to go back and forth and just da 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 whatever. You didn't
No,
care.
I
You just
didn't.
you pop my balloon. I don't like you. Even if somebody doesn't think you're their type and you still think they're beautiful, you can't none of y'all was.
Fair warning, fellas. If a woman talk with her hands all the time and just basic conversations, she ain't nothing to be messed with. It's not gonna get any easier from that. That's what she loves doing. You know, the type of weather she loves to operate in is inclement weather. When it comes to back and forth, when it comes to an argument, a disagreement, when it comes to exchanging verbal pleasantries, man. When it comes to, having a dialogue that's unhealthy, you guarantee she's going to start talking with her hands. And that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of disappointed in Danny. I don't think he really broke down enough to basically raise himself up as a man. You know, he went and say what he experienced, this, that, and the other. in his life, cool. But she didn't tell you that. She just told you what she don't like. She told you about yourself. I didn't really hear you tell her about herself. I said, I would have told her basically, I said, you pop your balloon, just like you said, you pop your balloon. So for you to have this much energy off a situation that you wasn't interested in is amazing, because you was pretty much taking all of that and trying to go viral based off the wig comment. But you had already popped your balloon, so you don't have no more attachment per the format of the show. So let it be.
My type.
I
When y'all got up
complimented
to my
every
blind
single
ass.
woman. I
When y'all got up to my
complimented
blind ass, none of
every
y'all was my
single woman.
type. But I didn't sit
That's
there
fine.
and feel the need to make you like whatever. I don't care.
You couldn't. I
Ain't no care.
complimented every single woman down the
You
line.
couldn't what?
I compliment. You can't make me feel like I don't know what you was about to say, but I complimented
That's what I'm
every
saying. You
single
couldn't. You
woman.
just have to win. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you couldn't. Like you got
I
to come back to
complimented.
everything. Sassy
I
ass.
I complimented every single woman. Watch your mouth when you talk to me, Shawty. Like you
I
getting
said
out of
sassy. I
place
ain't
now.
call you a dyke like you wanted to call me.
All right.
You
All right,
comparing
guys.
sassy to
Okay.
dyke.
All right, guys. So
Hey man, look, I'm be dead ass serious. Like yo, Chi, like watch how you talk to me, Shawty. Like you
No,
getting
you need to
beside
watch how
yourself,
you
cuz.
want me to watch how I talk to you, but you're not talking like you're not talking the way.
This is where it just loses me at. I'm not gonna lie. This is just it loses me here, because he already mentioned earlier that he had given up. You know, once the woman that he really wanted popped her balloon, he said after that, everything else didn't matter, right? You know, he talked about giving up, but yet he said he had just gave a sermon and preached. He's a religious man and stuff like that. Every woman is not on this earth for you to carry on a conversation with, even if you're trying to prove yourself. But in this setting, you selected to come sit down. So she's been telling you about what she don't like about you the entire time, and you could have did the same. But right now, when you said, Shawty, watch how you talking to me, I don't know what that mean, because she can probably give a damn. She probably has a group of dudes that's out there that's willing to get stupid, you know what I'm saying, and do everything she says just because, you know, she seems like she's a manipulator. But all I'm saying is, what does the down south Shawty have to do with the way she's been talking to you the whole entire time? She's been having an emotional meltdown the entire freaking catch up, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's been going in on you the entire time. She even flipped you out. And you're talking about watch how you talk to me, bro? You should have already activated the operation. Hit the red button. You know what I'm saying? You should already did that. Easy.
Respectful man talks, but you want me to respect you. It goes both ways. You see what I'm saying? Like you feel like because you from Atlanta, oh shorty, like oh when y'all could have just did this, y'all could have just that. Oh, you popped my balloon, I ain't gonna da 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 da. Like take responsibility for yourself. Stop worrying about me and my responses to you as a person.
So everyone that comes on the show, there's a reason why they're coming on the show, to find love. People come on the show because they are single, right? So that question when they ask why are you single, or you know whatever, it hurts so much. So many people, like it gets to them. But the reality is you're single, and everybody has issues within themselves that they need to work on, right? Everybody does. And I feel like a lot of people do not want to admit that. So they use a different type of method to back away from it. No, the reality is everybody has to work on things. And if people are telling you something, right, that they can see how you act, sometimes you need to think and rewatch yourself and kind of reevaluate yourself. And maybe that's why things are happening this way. Or maybe that's why I'm single. And a lot of people don't want to get to that stage because they don't want to self-reflect. So you have to start reflecting on yourself. So there you go. Truth of the matter is everybody needs to work on themselves. If you're looking for love, You have to. And for instance, right, me and my wife, we adapt to each other. We're always adapting, right? And we're always working through things. We are one. We're not two, we're one. That's what marriage is. You come together to be one, right? There's things that when we first start, when we started dating, there's things that she did that would annoy me. There's things that I did that would annoy her, right? But it's not like, oh, we are at war with each other. We're trying to find a peace to balance each other out and adapt. We adapt to each other and we work through things. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to work through things. They just want to go, just start arguing and just, that's where we go wrong. So we need to understand each other. I hope that you both can be able to find peace, with each other. I hope you both can speak to each other after this podcast. I do not like when people get super annoyed with each other and they
arguing.
Yeah, it's like that's not what we want to see on the show.
Not what we're here for,
right?
Either.
Right. I feel like you're both great people individually. So, what do you both have to say to each other? Now that we're about to.
Chi over there sitting like a dude, getting ready to go with a client. Hey, good luck with that. Even though luck has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You sitting over there like you want to go over there and bench 245 for 15 reps. Like, you may not even go to the gym today because you felt like you done vented and got off all that unnecessary energy, built up energy you got. You know what I'm saying? She has a piss poor attitude for real. Talking with her hands, flipping people off. She don't have no freaking decorum about herself in a professional environment at all. It's just the fact that she came on this show as a woman wearing what she wearing, period. That's all. She wore the shit on the show the same way. She has to show her midsection. It's all about her. You know what I'm saying? She can wear whatever she want. But him, she had to break the man down and be so critical of him. But yet she don't want nothing in return.
To end this podcast.
Do you want to continue, Danny, or do you?
Well,
what?
Her mentality out the door is so different.
This new bearskin hoodie.
If we could take away something from this, I want you to feel like, don't think communication or expression from a man is like combative. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
Is it just me or is Danny having a problem looking at the camera? Does he have to gather his thoughts? Is he messing with notes? I don't know, brother. Like, the whole time you've been looking down. Like, I don't know, man.
When you listen and you allow me to talk to you, you're very beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're intelligent, and I know that you are listening to every word.
Man, why are you going through this, man? She dogged you out the whole
being
time.
Defensive or trying to explain myself, I'm just talking to you, just communicating with you. I think that we could.
Man, you didn't represent the brothers, man. Well, bro, especially from the A.
I think you're a very beautiful woman.
Oh my God, he's still complimenting this girl.
I'm going to support it. You wouldn't be able to stop me from supporting it. To be honest with you, you have a great personality, and I feel, you know what I'm saying, that moving forward in life, that, I mean, it's big things for both of us, especially for you, because you got that fire in you. He really
does appreciate her talking to him like that. He said she a warrior,
like a superwoman. You understand?
This dude is still talking, complimenting, trying to be funny, bro. This wasn't anywhere episode to be funny. Even look, he may be taking it on the chin, but goddamn, when your chin start with cadence, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and she just backhand and slapping you, backhand, slap, backhand, and at the end, out the door, you gonna say, "Oh, thanks for that whooping. I appreciate it." You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that. It took me back to my dominatrix days. Yeah, thank you, baby, for slapping me all over the room. And, making me feel like what I used to pay money for back in the day. I mean, thank God the Craigslist I met some interesting people over there. Come on, bro. Man, hey, BM, you don't need to have Danny back on that. Whenever you get that request, man, he don't need to be back in there because he's up here calling her superwoman and she got a pocket. She's strong. She's beautiful. Oh my God, bro, you went out bad.
You in the gym, you going crazy, and tell you, I got a circuit training. I'll probably outwork you anyway. But
John,
that's
one up me. Here he goes. Like,
no, yeah. But we got to understand each other's personalities a little bit better. And if you approach any situation with love, then the personalities is like, okay, you have coming with a different understanding. Okay, that's just him. He gonna say some stuff like that. But that's the point of me when I said the jump. When you
notice that women usually go first, but she wants to end it. She wanted him to go first so she can come behind. She didn't know how this was going to go. She didn't know if he was going to limp out. Dude was unsure of himself and gave up again and put his hand to my, hey, shawty. Man, I thought that was the weakest freaking response and defense mechanism that you just bowed down like that, bro. Man, she treated you like you was a bitch, man. She told you to go first out the door. Oh, the outro? Yeah, you can go. And then I'll close it out.
Approach situation where you're allergic to giving up. I'm not coming at you to try to figure out why we not together. I'm coming at you to figure out, okay, what we need to figure out so we can stay together. And that's my mindset. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I think that if we had gotten to something and we both came out with that understanding, then we'll be able to move further a lot faster.
Okay.
Right.
Gigi?
I agree with everything that he said, and I just really wish things were not said the way they were said. And I do feel like after getting to know you that you are more of a serious person with a silly personality, and I get it.
You're silly, all right.
We don't know if your friends think you funny. You said you're funny.
The world
I
said
think
I was
you
funny.
do have. I do think that you have a fun personality, and I get where you're coming from, especially with the backstory, because everybody has a story. His story, her story. The reason we are who we are is because of the stories and the things that we've been through. So I completely understand that. And I just wish that, things weren't so heated. Because I feel like, just like BM said, it's like when we do get agitated or irritated, we respond differently. With me, I did get agitated and irritated, not just because of you talking to me, but what you were saying to other people. So I feel like when it did get to me, I was like, oh, you about to go back and forth with me. And it was just that instance, that one. It wasn't you, because then everyone's like, oh, he was on this and this. And I was like, I don't have time to watch all this stuff because I don't care to get to, like, I'm knowing you now. So knowing you now, I know that you are a strong person. You are a resilient
Yeah, she
person.
done broke
You're
him down
somebody
the
who's
whole time.
striving for things. And, you're.
Wasn't this a female just calling him sassy? Flipping him off. Now out the door, you're going to dress it up because you think your ribbons are more special just because they have thorns attached to them. You know what I'm saying? Your single rose is out the door. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be something like meaningful with love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to say all these things out the door. Who cares, man? You was calling the man everything. You had an emotional breakdown, and maybe that's what he wanted because he said he liked females to be sassy. Probably the only important, conducive thing, info that she said. But she said, I don't like that because you want me to be in a place I don't like being in. And that's true. Guys who say, oh, I like women that's sassy and spicy and like that. Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about, but it's different types of energy like that. If it's sexy, seductive, someone coming on to you spicy, yeah. If it's just absolutely nefarious, malicious, and you're stressed out about the shit, that it ain't nothing pretty about that.
Scaling businesses and your life and all those things. So it's like getting to know you. I feel like you are a good person. We could be good friends. And that's why sometimes getting to know a person as a friend is how you probably find your lover, because they are supposed to be your best friend. But it's like you're not gonna get to know that after saying, "So why did you pop your balloon?" She asked me that, and it was like, oh, like I can't. It's like you really can't get deep, because the question is, why did you pop? And it was okay. He talked about wigs. Like, well, what we do to you? And that's just my response as a woman. And you'll probably hear a lot of women say that, but also you got to take in what a man is saying. So he's like, listen, I'm not coming for all women. I'm just saying, like, I can't deal with that. You got a whole backstory, Peruvian, all types of things. So you have a story. So understanding your story, I understand you more. Getting to talk to you, I know that you are a serious person and you're not trying to be a funny guy. You really are just being yourself. So it's like, I don't fault people for being themselves. It's either I accept you or I just let you be. Because I'm not in the business of changing people. So I love who you are. Keep being yourself. Keep striving. And I do see a lot of great things. So we had a whole conversation waiting for us to start. So actually getting to know Dan, I feel like he actually is a good, genuine guy. And I feel like he's going to find his woman through her being his friend. Because
Look at her, somebody that's single, that's giving all this out the door advice. Man, shut the hell up. You can't give nobody anything until you check your own attitude. You know what I'm saying? Who are you to act like you're a qualified physician to give a free consult out the door when you can't even maintain your bearing? You can't even maintain tact.
a woman is probably going to take a lot of the things you say wrong because of your banter, and a friend wouldn't. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like a friend would not. So I feel like Danny is not. He's been married before. It takes a lot to be married. Okay, let's just get there. So having that commitment, at least I know you can commit to something, just like you're committing to yourself and your career and the things you want. So I just feel like overall, like, just keep being you. I mean, I can't fault you for being yourself.
Yeah.
She says she can't fault him for being himself, but that's the entire reason why your temperament was elevated to the highest in your emotional meltdown, because you did fault him for being himself. He said he came out with humor and you despised him for that humor. You despised him for his humor. His humor was a bad wig. You despised him. Oh, I can't fault you for being yourself. I can't fault you for being yourself. But you faulted him the whole time for being him freaking self. He's a humorous guy. That's what he kept telling you. He's a humorous guy. But you was up there trying to take his head off. It's no way you're gonna be any way, shape, or form right in exchanges with this him. She wants to be the alpha real bad, but she can't fault him for being himself when she criticized, tore the man down the entire time for the betterment of herself. She had to go in sassy, flip the man off.
Right, guys. Yeah, so guys, yes, this is good. This is great when we are all speaking to each other on a level, the same level, calmly. We're able to understand each other. So I thank you guys for doing what you did. And I also want to ask everyone, if you want to see them back on the show, comment down below. Thank you guys for joining us on the podcast. And thank you everybody for watching. And we'll catch you all next time.
So shout out to, BM and Arletta for the pop the balloon catch up. Call it whatever you may. On the dating scene, shout out to MKB in the building. I see you. What's good? What's good with you? Out the door, she just want to put it out there that she can't fault him for being himself. But the whole operation of her behavior today was pretty much to fault him for the way he was acting on the show. And he was very low key on the show. But what I didn't like, brother, is just the fact that you didn't tell her about herself. You could have did it in a way where it was still considered to be healthy, not over the top. You know what I'm saying? You could have did it. If you're talking about you was doing sermons, and all that. Monty King said he's reinforcing her attitude is blasphemy. It's blasphemy, bro. Him reinforcing and saying she's this and that at the end. She's a strong woman. Bro, you just came off as weak, man. You came off as Febreze at the end, bro. You know what I'm saying? You came off smelling like you was soft like Febreze. You should have been full 9 multi-purpose cleaner. For real, man, this had nothing to do with religion. The compelling part about this shit was what's going on in the dating scene today. You check your ass out there, this is what you have to deal with. And some of you fellas are weak anyway. You give off that feminine energy. So women take advantage of it. And you like to be taken advantage of. And Danny kind of gave me off some of those type of vibes. Even though he seemed like you're an older dude or whatever, he gave me off some of those vibes where, like he said on the show, he like a woman who's feisty and spicy and whatever and treat him a certain. Nah, fuck all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I can see if she walking up to you talking about give me a kiss now, and you know she overly aggressive and affection, something that you can love on. Okay, I get it. But his inquisition is not what we got them taking as a peer of instruction to teach the youth, to teach the younger generation, because they be fighting each other. They have absolutely no structure at all. They be throwing hands. And when you got people like her that insinuate her freaking podcast by going in there with her freaking half top in, showing people how fit she is, and then when somebody disagree with her in the comments, she seemed like the kind of person that'll block you in a heartbeat, man. For real. I would definitely like to have a conversation with her, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, because whatever area she can go, you know, I feel that I can go in conversation. I do. I mean, I feel I can go in conversation, but I just don't want to have a conversation. And, you know, it's like she's trying to say the same thing about what she don't like as a man. I mean, we're not going to get anywhere because every man is different. So if you have default prerequisites on what you don't like, and one of them is being fit. So my question to her is, being that you look the way you look, you had every opportunity in a fitness community for guys to come up to you and compliment you and want to talk to you. Why hasn't it worked? Why haven't you been able to sustain a relationship up to this point so you wouldn't be on the show like this? If you can give all this advice to a man, why can't you provide it for yourself? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying, dog. You know what I'm saying? My son's smart. He keeps it real in his dating scene. He's surprising me how he doesn't get caught up. He young, but not easily influenced by these women. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's good to know. Because you definitely need to understand how to navigate yourself through such an intense environment. The environment of just human connection is different. Just socialization is different. It's real different. And socializing deals a lot with communicating to a person that you intend to meet. And if you look at these dating shows, how they just disqualify a guy based off his hair, him having an earring, nose ring, what he has on, the fit, you know what I'm saying? How loose or tight it is, what type of shoes they have with a certain outfit, how they sound, how tall they are, you know, and that's been proven to be debunked. Some women say, oh, he too short. And then another short man come up there and he look a little bit more handsome, so to speak, than the last guy. And he has much more going for him. The same person that popped their balloon for the other guy that they deemed to be too short, they'll hold on for this one. It's a game, bro. The scale of approval changes, man, all the time. Real talk. And in this case with Chi Chi, I just felt like she lost it. Like her attitude is just, when somebody switches gears like that and just go all in. I mean, we're not even going to a place where we have personal connection with somebody. This is somebody that you briefly had an encounter with on a dating show. And for you to return and have that type of interaction, ugh, that's too much, buddy. For real, that Chi Chi, that's too much. Like we're not looking at your aesthetics no more on how you look in your clothes. We're listening to you. And for the ones who've been around long enough, understand that you can listen to someone strip away all the aesthetics that drew you over to them in the first place, just by them opening their mouth. They can strip all that away. They can be fine as hell, and you go up to them and they start talking to you, and they become the most ugliest person. And you say, "Nah, I don't want to deal with that. I'm done. I can't harness all that." You know what I'm saying? That's a lot for you to think I'm going to put in my recall memory and be thinking about that shit. Hell no. Hell no. It's not happening. But yeah, I'll be on later to talk about some news that has broke about something that's popping off in 2025, which I like. Man. My boy Crawford, Hot Grease, man. You know, we got to come back with the Hot Grease Chronicles because news has broken about, you know, a big matchup that is going to potentially happen, you know, in 2025. And we only have several days remaining, but I like it. I like it. And, you know, it's a video that's out there. I think I downloaded the video. It shows all the opponents that Usyk has beaten besides Chase. I'm talking about the ones at heavyweight who they thought they won. Derek Chisora. It's a very good video. He thought he won. Anthony Joshua, he thought he won. He had the better skills. Oleksandr Usyk thought he won. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, Usyk has turned the heavyweight division upside down right now, but we'll talk about that later. Hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Continue to support.